All right. I am so happy that you came to talk to me.
I'm so happy that you invited me.
Look, I love your Beverly Hills series. It was a shock to me because what I thought it was not what it was.
It wasn't. It's a sweet cover, and then it gets a little dark.
Because I was, see, I started with the second book. And then when I read
hmm
the first book, I was just like, oh, she just be catfishing us. So thank you for once again coming on Black Girl Book Talk. Now, introduce yourself and what genre you write in.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lauren Lacey, and I write in the romance genre, small town, spicy romance, mostly with the hints of, a lot of some dark, some dark content. But overall, you get kind of like that happy ending towards the end, but mostly small town romance.
So, how long have you been writing?
This is my first year.
What?
This is my first year. I started writing The Love You Always. I started writing that at the end of 2022. I was on vacation. It was a vacation because we never got away. And I was like, you know what? I want to write. I've been wanting to write for a long time. And then I released it in January. So that was my first book. And I did a kid's book because my kid was like, if you're going to do an adult book, you got to do a kid's book. So then I did a kid's book.
What?
Yeah, so I'm a
Whoa.
baby indie author.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. So this is wait, okay. This is the first book,
Mhm.
Love You Always.
Yeah,
This is the second book,
I
Love
love them
You
tabs.
Love You Finally. And your third book is coming out. Tell them
hmm
what your third book is.
The third book is called "Love You Till the End." I cannot wait to send you the art box for that. I just sent out the digital arts this week, but this one
Yeah, I
comes
got
out.
it.
No, yeah, and this one comes out October 31st. So it's the third book in the Love and Beverly Mills series. It's the third and final. And it's really good. I really like this one. It mirrors a lot of my life in kind of like a pseudo way with my husband and my marriage and my relationship with the kids. So it's really cool.
Girl, let me tell you something. I swear I have never been more bamboozled by author's cover in my life. I cause when you send me the last one,
hmm
I I thought it was just like small town romance, really cute, really sweet. And then it was like, damn, he did what? Oh, he really about that. Like, oh my God. He is breaking her back in. Like, oh, and the drama. Like, I'm,
yeah,
I'm sitting here clutching my imaginary pearls. Like, what the? So, yeah, if y'all haven't read any of her books, please go out and read these books. I'm telling you. And
yeah,
just the cover, don't even look at the cover. Just read the damn book. Don't even look
yeah.
at the cover.
It is the first book with Love You Always. It started off as nice little small town, but then I was like, this is not my experience with the people I know because I put a little bit of myself and people I know in each character. And so, I was like, let's go in a different direction that felt a little bit more raw and real and something that I could relate to. And hopefully people can relate to certain aspects as well. So definitely read the content warning.
So you also deal with the trope of second chance.
Yes.
So why second chance? Because a lot of times with second chance, it's like really harsh. Now, don't get me wrong. Yours was emotional. Every last one emotional. But
Yeah.
why second chance romance?
I believe in second chances. I believe that there are some things that people can recover from in relationships when it comes to, where sometimes we just aren't ready emotionally or mentally, and giving people grace and that opportunity to grow and mature, I think is super important because I do believe what is fixed right now. What is broken right now can be fixed later. So I just love how second chances work. And then to see someone, especially like the relationships in the Love and Beverly Mills series, they start off
Mm.
young. So you have this immature,
Yeah.
young, toxic love sometimes, but to see
Yeah.
that growth, like that's beautiful. And then on a lot of second chances, you have people like my parents who've been married for a long time.
Mm.
They can tell their children all these stories of when they were dating back in the day. And like,
Right.
ooh, thank God for growth. But
Yeah, yeah. And that's one of the elements of your books is growth, maturity, and owning up to mistakes from the past.
yeah,
But there's also an element of stubbornness in
yeah,
your characters.
yes.
But it's more so the women than it is the men.
Yes. The series follows three sisters, Parker, Avery, and Izzy. And let me tell you, they will irk your nerves.
Avery had me ready to throw hands. I was like, girl, if you don't tell this man the truth.
Yes. You be like, girl, get yourself together. Like, and I said that from my end because I have had many moments. I am stubborn. Like, I am a very
Mhm.
stubborn woman because I can be set in my ways. I can
Right.
know what's right. Like, and I can still do wrong, or I just don't want to admit when I'm wrong. And so you see that a lot in these sisters. And I'm telling you, they will just drive you crazy, but they do grow. They mature. They go through trauma,
Right.
and that trauma too can really mess up your mental and your emotional health, and so yeah, they're the stubborn ones, those sisters.
So you also put in a dynamic of multiracial household.
Hmm.
How was it writing that and incorporating those characters in a dynamic where it's different ethnicities, but they're all family?
Yeah. That was very, very difficult at first, but to be honest, when I first started writing, I had all the sisters, they were all black. I was like, but then as I was writing the first book with Parker, I told myself, I was like, I said, I think I'm gonna make them, I'm thinking I'm gonna make this person, Afro Latina, I'm gonna make this person white, this person black, because I just felt as they were developing, they had their own personalities. And I wanted to incorporate the adoption aspect. I thought that
Right.
was very important in the storyline because you see these different relationships that Avery, the
Mm-hmm.
black sister, had with her mother and then her birth
Right.
mother. And that was intense, So
Right.
incorporating this multiracial household I thought was very unique to the storyline. But then also thought it was very impactful to see how they all interacted with each other and grew in their identity too.
Yeah. And that and it's so realistic in the sense of how you wrote it. Now in book one was not my favorite.
Hmm.
Book two was my favorite. Book two, and you can see all the look, look. Book two, man, look here. You incorporated grooming,
Hmm.
um, grape, because I can't say the word, and you incorporated the issues that all this brought about in within the family, and like how in dynamics where you don't speak about it
Yeah.
because ain't nobody gonna believe you. How was that writing that? Because those were some emotional moments.
Yeah. It was hard. It was hard. So there were nights where I had to turn on music to just get me through certain scenes, and I had to
Mhm.
cry and I had to kind of like release. So it was like I was listening to like Coco Jones, and then I went way back and I listened to some Fred Hammond on some of the dark moments. And
Yeah.
so because it was hard, but as a black woman in the South, I related to it because there were just some stuff you don't talk about in families,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of different insecurities. And with Avery being this black girl, always feeling like she's not black enough, but then she's not white either. She had all these identity issues. And I related to that, beginning in high school and not, and, being one of the only ones and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Avery really resonated with me. And I feel like she did resonate with a lot of other readers too. And so she was definitely my favorite. Until
Yeah.
probably Izzy with the third book, but like, yeah.
And I'm going to start reading that tomorrow. I was just trying to catch up because I was sick, so I was trying to catch up with everything that I missed.
Yeah.
So, but I know I'm going to love it. Now, Monica,
Hmm.
my God, if a person was a poster child of, damn, haven't I been through enough?
Hmm.
That was her. And you incorporated the pregnancy loss and everything else. That those are some really though this is a small town romance, those are some really hard, dark topics.
Yeah, it was very difficult in the sense of for Monica especially. And I
Mm,
thought that I really liked her side story. I thought she was really good, but she's
yeah.
actually getting her own book. Um,
Yes.
she's gonna get her own book. But these characters they go through so much, and I wanted to add in the fact that that she grew up in the church, and with that relationship with her dad or her uncle, and the things that she had gone through and not being believed, and
Mm,
that's a struggle, and it's a reality for a lot of people, and then a lot of people have those resentments growing up, and so I really adore Monica. She's strong,
yeah.
but you kind of see how her personality changed before
Hmm.
and after what she went through, but she
Yeah.
still was an overcomer. And then even with Parker and the pregnancy loss aspect, that was tough. She and Jackson, they were trauma bonded. Like for real.
Yes. Yes. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And Elisa, Alessa, whatever the fuck her damn name was, I
Yeah.
hands thrown immediately.
She was a mess. She was a hot mess.
I
I
know there's always a villain in a love story, but godly.
Yes, I don't like her. I didn't like Allie from Love You Always, but I definitely didn't like Love You Finally, Alyssa, because Avery and Deacon, they were soulmates. Like they
Yeah,
belong together. And then you got this girl here playing with his mind because he's a good guy. And
right.
he's gonna step up and do what he needs to do and be a good man and da 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 da. And she kind of took advantage of that. But she was also had a close relationship with Teresa.
Mm,
And so you can see how manipulative the people in Avery's life were as far as her birth
yeah.
family goes. And that was just I wanted to
Horrible.
fight. Yeah, I wanted to fight.
Horrible. But you also have to decide of when you write is very realistic because these are topics that are whether it's the black community or just the adoptive community and the church community. These are topics that are really running rapid and a lot of people don't talk about them. And for you to put it in a book, it kind of, bring realism to the fiction.
Yeah.
So was that your intention?
Definitely. I would love to. I know some people write to escape or read to escape, but I kind of
Right.
write to relate in the sense of it's not going to be fairy tales and rainbows all the way through. You'll get it at the end, but you
Right.
just got to go through some stuff.
Right.
But it's worth it in the end for sure. I love the fact that people they come out on top because a lot of people don't see everything that you have to go through. They just see where you are now. They see that you're happy now. They see that you're doing
Yeah.
great now, but they don't understand the struggle that you went through to get there. And so, those stories kind of show that.
So you also have like this mental illness situations and things. So with that part, uh how was it like really going deep into the mental illness that is, insecurities, depression, postpartum depression, going through sexual traumatic things. How was your mental? Like, I know you said you listen to music, but really, how was your mental really right? Because those are some really dark topics.
Yeah, it was tough. Certain things, certain topics, I'll definitely need to take a break from and kind
Yeah,
of step away, spend time with the family, or just kind of again listen to music, or just have some space because it can really get so dark until you just start just your mind just goes into places where it's like, okay, I need to step away for a minute and I need to do something light. I need to take a nap because it can be difficult because you find yourself.
uh-oh, what happened? I don't know what happened.
I have no idea what happened. I don't know. I think my cat gave me bad luck. He just like walked by. But like I was saying, yeah, I definitely just need to step away because you find yourself just like thinking certain things or thinking about things from your past, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is getting too dark and too deep. So,
Yeah. So how did the whole like small town, just why small town?
well, I am from the deep south. Like I am from Savannah, Georgia. And
Okay.
so I like the small hometown vibes. I've been living in Atlanta now for like almost a decade, but like I love being able to go back home whenever we get a chance because it just feels like everyone pretty much knows everyone. You grew up there, you know where every street is, the people, you just know, it's just like those comfy vibes. And whenever you're going through something, then going back home is like the place to be. Being around your family. I am like 30, like 33, I think. I said I think. But I don't mind going back home and getting in my mom and dad's bed and just cuddling up and cozy with them. So I really do like that small town feel.
So you've conquered small town.
Hmm.
What's your next go around? Because you have a knack, like I said, small town is cool. I like it. But everything you wrote didn't feel like small town. That felt like some city shit. So so tell me what books will you have next after this this is the last of this series.
Yes. Yep.
So what is next? Like what's the next thing to conquer for you?
So next, I am going to go light. Actually, I am releasing my first novella in December,
Mhm.
and it is titled "The Break She Needed." It is a spicy vacation romance.
Ooh.
So that is going to be something new for me because, for one, I'm long-winded. Two, so I'm pushing myself to pull back.
Mhm.
And I'm excited about this. It's the new series. It's about three friends, and this specific one, she's going on a vacation to an island called Black Summer Island, where it's all Black excellence, and she's getting away from the city of Atlanta, and she finds love, and it's gonna be a nice light read. I'm excited about it,
You
and
know
then
what? I don't trust you. I don't trust you when you say light. When you say it's gonna be nice, I don't trust that. I believe you be been. You get us like, oh yeah, it's gonna be light and it's gonna be sweet, and then we read it and we was like, what
I
you got us?
I assure you, but yeah, I promise you, I can't wait to see you this in December. It's gonna be a good one. My mom said, "Don't trust her." Okay, okay, no, I'm serious. It's gonna be good. But then, I'm starting that series, and then in January, I'm starting my sports romance series, and so yeah.
Oh, what sport?
So there'll be three books in the series. The first will be football, then basketball, then soccer.
Oh, not soccer.
And they're three brothers. I'm a big sports fan, so like I'm excited about it.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to write a rugby series because I am big on
Ooh.
rugby. I love rugby.
See, I gotta catch up on that sport. I'm not familiar with too much rugby. That's a
All
good
I'm gonna
idea.
say is watch the All Blacks,
Okay.
the New Zealand team. Watch the All Blacks.
Okay, I definitely will.
So you also have this knack for your females being bosses.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now, why is that? Why do you have these females where they're not damsels in distress, but they have a little distress, but
Mhm.
they're not damsels in distress and they hold their own? Why is that important?
I think not only can I relate to it, but I think it's realistic in a
Mm,
sense that they're strong, but they're strong women, but at the same time they want to be soft. They want to
mm,
be a little softer. They want to not hold everything down. They want to,
mm,
be successful in their own right, but then they also want their man by their side. And so I like that aspect of the sisters. They're really,
mm,
really like strong in their head, a little foolish at times, but like they're real life women. We're bosses, women, especially Black women. We're We're considered, independent. We're running our household. We're managing things. We're holding our partners down. We're doing all these things. So I want that balance of strong and soft. And they eventually get that balance. It's just going to take them a while. But I really like those type of female characters.
You mentioned like being soft, and especially with black women, we're always seeing aggressive, masculine, or over sexualized
Yeah.
or fetishized. What? So you also write that these women need that man who can be masculine, but at the same time understand their femininity towards these women. Why is that important?
It's I think that's important in really every partnership,
Mm,
every type of relationship. It's interdependency. When someone knows when to pull back, and then the other one knows when to give.
right.
And I think that's so important in successful relationships. They're often so they can either be one-sided and they don't work out, or they're
Mhm.
one-sided and they stay together but they're unhappy. And
Yeah.
so, to see that interdependency in these relationships, I think is really important.
So what other genre that you haven't written in would you like to write in?
Ah, so I besides the kids books and romance, I want to go into different genres of romance. So the next few series is just going to be all black romance. The next two series, but I also have some suspense with
Ooh.
mainly romantic elements. And I started writing a book, and I picked it back up recently. I started in like grad school years ago, but I was like, oh wow, this is really good. And it just needs to be worked on. And so I want to go in those genres, but then also romance, fantasy.
Mhm.
And like my husband and I will come up with these ideas, and he'd be like, you need to write this. I'm really big on like vampires, werewolves.
Ooh,
Like when
yeah.
I tell you, if there's something going on with vampires and werewolves, we're tuned in. So we
Yeah.
we have this like idea or a full out plot really for something, and I'm going to work on it soon. I have the title, I have the plot. It's going to come into fruition. I just have to
Come
map it
on
out.
with that paranormal. Come on. Come on. I love that. I love that for us. There's something so refreshing. I like other authors, white and outside of the BIPOC community, but it is something about a black author writing a black paranormal. I don't care if they include white or whatever character, but it's something about that black character that is a vampire, a werewolf, or something that just sits in my spirit so good.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. I'm going to work on it for real. And every time I start a new book, my husband's like, "Where's that book that we've been talking about?" I'm like, "I'm busy over time." So it's coming.
So, as an author, indie author, and no, you said that you're a baby indie author. So, as an indie author, how do you feel about the indie community as a whole? And then, how do you feel about the black indie community as a whole?
I am so appreciative, specifically to book talkers, influencers such as yourself, Andrea, Natasha. Oh my gosh, Lily, Tanise. Just like everyone has been so supportive of me just for so long since I started, since January. And at first, it was hard because I didn't know about the black like book talk community or black bookstagram or anything like that. So my audience was like not us, and they were not very supportive. And there were nights where I would cry and be like, I'm done. I was like, this is I tried it, it didn't work out, and then I just got on Instagram one day, and then I got on TikTok. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole community, supporting black indie authors. Like I was so happy. It's just like, oh my gosh. And so being able to find my community and
Mhm.
find people who actually support my work and other indie authors is just amazing. And I get so excited when someone tags me, or if they're just in my DMs like, girl, you brother. I'm like, yes. So
I'm good. I know a couple of authors that's on here. Y'all know I'm good for being in y'all DMs about these characters. Y'all be playing with me.
listen, I love it. I love it. I like, again, like, just everyone's been so amazing. And Raylan, I'm just trying to like think of everyone where I'm just like, your support has allowed me to write two and book three and keep writing more books, because it can be so discouraging, especially like I know that I'm not going to be in stores. I know that I'm not, one day, but I
We're
know I'm
not going
not
to
right
speak
now.
that negativity. We're not
Yeah,
going to
I know
speak
I'm
that
not in
negativity.
stores right now. I will be one day, but even to just get the support that I've been able to get right now has just been a blessing, and I'm super grateful.
So before I get to my next questions, it's just something on my spirit is telling me to speak life into you.
Hmm.
So I'm going to say this. You are an amazing author. You are an amazing Black woman that writes stories that cater to a lot of breadth of people, but it also hit home to a lot of women in the Black community.
Hmm.
Your writing is very realistic, and it helps deal with trauma that we had reading how the outcome comes out. Because happily ever afters that you give us are the
Hmm.
happily ever afters we want, but you give us something to work towards. You give us hope. So when you write these, you are filling our spirits. So
Hmm.
continue to write these stories, because your pen is a gift. You giving us that gift. So continue to write that story. That's all I had to say. I just felt like saying that to you. I just felt,
Don't make me start crying now, because I'll cry in a minute.
I just felt it was just something on me just said, you know what? Let me tell her this. But for real, keep
Thank
with
you.
that
I
gift, because you
appreciate it.
have a gift and it's a blessing. So keep giving us that gift. We
Thank
appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
And okay, now my next question.
Yes.
What is your least favorite trope?
Oh, oh my gosh. Um, Probably age gap. Yes, I know. But it's because like I have this fear. I'm like, oh my gosh, when our girls are 17, they better not talk to no man that's like 20.
Girl.
I'm like, he said he met you when you were 15, so was he lusting at you after you when he So that is my just because I probably wouldn't have been my least favorite trope back in the day, but like now it's like I get a little like cringe, like oh my gosh, when did this attraction begin? Like it has to be very well thought out. Like I just get
You know what? Now you got me thinking. Because because I have a son and a daughter, and my son used to, how in society they'll say when older women try to talk to younger men,
hmm
that was like his rite of passage type shit.
yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I'm touched in the head. I don't play by my kids. So when older women used to come at my son, I used to, take it upon myself to touch them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand where you coming from. I really do. When I say age gap, I'm talking about you over 21.
I think yeah, for an age gap for me, maybe if you're like 25, 26, and he's
Mm.
like 40 something. I feel like 25, you're a young adult, you've been partying, have a good time, meet somebody that's older, kind of help you move a little faster. I don't know. I'm still thinking. Yeah, age gap is gonna be that one for me.
Okay, what's your favorite trope? Minus, don't talk about second chance romance. What's the one besides second chance that you really enjoy?
Um, I am gonna say friends to lovers.
I can get down with that.
Yeah, I like a good friends to lovers, but I don't like when it's like too obvious. Like it's like, oh, y'all should have been together, or like it's like, no, actually, I do like that too.
You know, with friends to lovers, that's kind of uh sticky, because you can either write it like, okay, I don't see them getting together, but when they get together, it's like, oh, okay. But the ones that write it that is so obvious, or the person is so stubborn. I mean, stubborn on the point of I'm
Like
finna do
Avery
that
level
shit.
stubborn.
Yeah, like you just too much. That's when you lose me. But I feel you on that. I do like a good friends to lovers.
Definitely.
Okay, I already asked you if did I ask you if what genre you were writing in, if there were any genre you wanted to write in, any genre,
Any genre
any
besides romance.
besides romance.
Oh goodness.
If you could write a book right now, start a book, what would be the genre and why? And
Horror.
when we get that book, wait, now pump your brakes. You said horror?
When I say I love horror, and
I
I
did
love
not see that
horror
coming.
books. I love horror movies. We just went to see the new Exorcist the other night. Like, if it's horror, I'm going to read it. I'm going to watch it. So I don't know if I'm going to do that anytime soon. Once I get all of the romance ideas out of my head and onto paper, then maybe. But if I could, it would definitely be horror.
Okay. So tell us, do you have a Facebook group, a newsletter, and all your social media handles that people can get in contact with you and know what's going on with you?
Yes, I definitely have a newsletter. You can sign up to my newsletter in the link um, on my profile. I'm mostly on Book Talk and or TikTok rather, and Instagram. My Instagram is at the Lauren Lacey. And I love like to respond to people because, okay, for one, I'm usually at home with my 3-year-old all day and working, so I don't get to talk to adults, and so I will just ramble on and on. But yeah, you can sign up if you wanted to be on my art team, or if you want to, join my newsletter. Definitely, I love to keep people up to date, and with the next few releases coming out, you kind of get that exclusive look. I'll send you digital copies, whatever it may be, but feel free to communicate with me at any time.
Okay, out of all the characters in your book,
Hmm.
who is Book Bay and why?
Oh my gosh. Either Deacon.
I can feel that one.
Uh, okay, so Deacon in the aspect from, oh my gosh, is my mom still on here? From a sexual perspective, from a sexual perspective, Deacon, that kind of like he's chill, soft, outside the bedroom, but behind closed doors, he's like, get on it. Like, so I'm a fan of Deacon. But then Gabe from I like a little bit quiet, kind of
Yeah,
reserved guy, but then I also like don't he doesn't play about his woman, and that's the
yeah.
Gabe from book 3. So he is very like, this is mine, she's mine, don't mess with her. So yeah.
Now you got me excited about book 3. So I'm gonna know because I was like, I know I have to do reviews, but you might just get your review tomorrow when I do all the rest of them. But because
Seeing your box very soon. I think I have some of the boxes together, but it's just been a time getting to this post office. So I'm gonna send you your box so you can have like the hard copy very soon.
and I'm probably gonna tab it. I'm
I'll
probably
definitely go
gonna
pack some for you.
because when I read it on my Kindle, I
Mhm.
highlight so much stuff. Like if you go on Goodreads for your book, you
Mhm.
gonna see that I highlighted the hell out of that book. So I went back once I had the physical book and just so yeah. Now, are you doing any book tours? Any book signings next year? Anything?
Next year, yes. So next year, I'm going to do a book tour for the sports romance release.
Okay.
Called that one's called Tiffany Season, and I'm going to do probably like 2 book tours. But then when I release the 2 more novels in April, I'm going to do a book signing, and it's going to be here in Atlanta. I'm excited about this. I'm
Why
like,
are you making me come to Atlanta? Oh my! I said I'll never come back to Georgia, but here I go.
Atlanta is the place to be. Have so much
Um,
fun. So, but I hope to do, a lot of different of the book events that are out there. I think I'm gonna sign up for a few. But with me being so, I want to definitely get some more books under my belt and I want to continue, meeting people and building those real meaningful connections. And then, hopefully I get to hang out with some of the other amazing indie authors out there that I kind of look up to. And I'm like, hi. So that's really like my goal for 2024. I hope to like meet more people, finally meet some of the amazing people like yourself in person and so many others.
I hope since my business partner is on here, I think she's on here. Shannon and I had the Boozy Book Tour, and I would love because right now it's filled up with authors, but we have Tulsa for 2025, and that's also just all Black authors because it's for Black History Month, and then we're having the Melanin Ball, which is an ode to Black culture. So you get to dress to the nines and show your Blackness. But we're gonna have a book signing before that, and I would love, 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 love for you. And it's in 2025 in February in Tulsa. So I would love for you to be a part of that.
That would be so amazing. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I would definitely just be honored. Oh my gosh, yes.
I would love, because I just, when I say I really like your books, because I love an author that can put realistic topics, but also give us a happily ever after that's realistic, not bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I truly appreciate your writing. So I would love for you to be a part of that. And I just love reading your books. Point blank period.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. That's like to hear that validation is it means everything. You have no idea, it means everything to me.
It's real. It's because your books, even though it's you say small town, but it's realistic.
Yeah.
It's so realistic. There are people that I've known, and including myself, that went through a lot of those topics. And then the church, talking about the church is taboo.
Yeah.
So just hearing a lot of stuff like that, it means a lot to your readers, me included. So therefore, just keep writing stuff. Just keep writing. Don't, if you ever feel discouraged about writing, remember what I said when I said I was speaking life into you. Don't stop. Keep going. And as far as your books being in the bookstore, it's just not at the right bookstore. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Because Barnes and Nobles is not everything. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm receiving it. I really am.
Okay. So I want to thank you so much for coming on and talking to me. I really appreciate it. Y'all get these damn books. Get these books. Get these books. Because I'm going to tell y'all, she bamboozled us with these covers. But they are good freaking books. Get them. And your next book is coming out when?
October 31st. But if you're interested in a digital copy, then hit me up. I'll be happy to send that over. It's a really good story. It's one of my favorites for sure. And oh my gosh, I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. I am humbled, honored, and appreciative for your support. Again, you have motivated me, you've encouraged me, and you make me so excited for what's to come.
From one Black woman to the next, we got to empower each other. And that is, especially in the writing community, we really have to, readers and authors should empower each other. It shouldn't be no hate towards each other. It just should be uplift each other, because when you succeed, I succeed.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Absolutely.
So once again, I am so honored that you came on here, and I just love your books, and I love you as an author, and I love you as a Black woman.
Thank you so much. Same here. You're so amazing.
Oh, hell, you about to have me cry out eyeliner. Don't do that. It's not waterproof. Don't do that to me. But but it's all love. So everybody, this interview will be on YouTube on my channel, and it will also be on Spotify on my podcast. So once it's up, I'll give you the link, and I'll give everybody else the link. So you have a great rest of the weekend.
You too. Enjoy yourself.
And thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Girl, stop. I told you this is not waterproof. I gotta keep my G up. People can't know I'm emotional like this.
I was getting emotional before this, and my kids were like, Mama, you gotta get it together. Da, da, da. I was like, I got asked my husband, I was like, do I look okay? He was just like, girl, stop.
It was a great interview, and I can't wait to read your other books that you're coming out with, so we can do this again next year.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I look forward to it.